you so much, Glenn. I'm the president of Edgemont Gold. We have an exciting copper gold porphyry exploration opportunity that we plan to be drilling this summer in July, actually. The highlights of the project are on this slide. We've got an experienced management team. We've done this before, not only with exploration success, but raising money. This is a known mineralized porphyry that we've identified and acquired the initial claims on in 2018. We've since done the work. We've done the soil sampling. We've done the outcrop sampling on that property. It was our listing property. While we were doing work before listing, we did a mag survey. We identified identified sort of a significant intrusive on the project with the mag survey that we followed up then after listing in 2020 with an IP survey. We were excited to find last year that we were fortunate to be 7 kilometers north of a high-grade gold silver discovery by Sun Summit Minerals. While doing our work, we expanded our property to the north. While we were looking to the north to stake a hidden second intrusive that we found from those surveys, Sun Summit was staking right up to our southern boundary, so that was quite interesting. This is a great area to explore. It's an established mining district. It's year-round drilling, low exploration costs. We're 6 kilometers from the town of Houston, and we are getting set up to drill this summer. We have a very low capitalization of about a $5 million market cap with only 24 million shares outstanding, fully diluted. That's 31.7 million shares. We have skin in the game. We've got 17% of the issued shares at the present time, and we have a treasury of 1.8 million. So we're well funded to do our initial phase 1 program, which we'll talk about later in the program that we plan to start in July. As I mentioned before, we're 6 kilometers from the town of Houston. What's interesting about looking at the map on the lower left, we are so close to Houston, you can see the streets of Houston near our property. It's a drive up the Equity Silver Mine paved highway to Forest Service Road, and you're onto our property. So we have tremendous access. It's good, easy, gentle terrain to explore in. You can work all year round. We've got an established workforce in the area, experienced force. We got established road and rail network. We got hydro power, and again, we're not alone in the area. We got successful explorers like Sun Summit right to the south of us. This reiterates a number of the things I mentioned earlier, but with a little more detail. The magnetic survey completed in 2019, it indicated that the known intrusive that we were exploring confirmed what we had found there and identified that other target to the north. We did a 16-kilometer IP survey in 2020, and that indicated that the Dungate target, the initial target on the property, was a 1.2 kilometer in diameter, high chargeability, coincident with the magnetic high. With the sampling we've done, we found samples at surface and grabs from 0.54 copper and 1.7 grams on silver in outcrop. Most exciting, there was a drill log that we found in the archives from 1975, the only deep hole drilled on the property, at 142 meters of abundant chalcopyrite mineralization at the bottom of the only deep hole ever drilled on the property. Our plan with our drill program this year is it's our feeling this project, drilling that had been done in the past, and the last actually any drilling was done in 1976, it's our feeling that there's exceptional opportunity of depth, and our drill program is going to be all 500-meter holes. So the logistics are underway for that drill program to test the mineralization at depth in the summer of 2021. We're assembling the team. We have the driller lined up, and we're just awaiting the final permits. This map summarizes the project area. You can see the area in the center of the block that we acquired in 2018. Or you can see the property we acquired in 2019 just below. That joined up with us just before we went public in 2020. And then after we were public and actually had the cash available, we staked additional ground to the north. And the plan there was to stake the ground where the inferred intrusion that was identified by magnetics extended to the north. And again, while we were going north, Sun Summit, they acquired property right up to the southern boundary of our property. We have 100% option on 100% ownership on the initial claims that we acquired, and it's very reasonable terms, and they're summarized in the schedule at the back of this presentation. So the targets for drilling this year are going to be the QFB, the quartz feldspar porphyry, Dungate intrusive, the initial intrusive identified by the historic drilling and the sampling and magnetic and IP surveys we did. And we're also going to test the possible second porphyry undercover to the north, outlined in yellow on this map. Yeah, this is a bit more of a close-up, a lot less noise and text on it. Again, the Dungate intrusive circled in red, and the hidden intrusive circled in yellow, just north of it. As I mentioned before, we did all the work. We did the homework before we sort of rushed into drill. We had a drill hole on a log that was exciting, but let's go and do the proper work on this. We did the sampling for copper, soils and grabs, and they're mapped in these two maps indicated here. We did the work on the, I think I missed one. Oh yes, I skipped the gold slides. We have gold there too as well. We have copper, which is a great place to be, but we also have gold. We have an exciting gold opportunity we'll talk about that we're going to be drilling as part of this program. And we did get good samples at surface, and we had good indication in soils and the grab samples on the property. The magnetic anomaly, again, so there's a bit of a rehash, but more close up to what we talked about before. The QFP, circled red, the middle, and then the yellow hidden intrusive to the north. The IP survey, what really got us excited is the strength of the anomaly on the survey and the fact that the Dungate itself, I mean, this is a 1.2 kilometer survey. It seems to be getting better as it gets deeper, and the highest IP response is related to mineralization surrounding the core intrusion. These sections are from the IP survey, and these cover 800 meters of strike length from line 1400 to line 2200. It's high chargeability, as I indicated before, up to 56 megavolt a volt. It's increasing in size and strength with depth. This section on line 1800 is overlaid with the drill hole from 1975. And you can see the drill hole just basically scratched the surface of a very large IP anomaly. It bottomed in 142 meters of abundant chalcopyrite. We don't have the assays from this drilling, but we do have some tremendous logs that give us a very good understanding of the geology. We think we're definitely in the right alteration and a strong porphyry system. The strongest IP anomalies on the property have never been tested by drilling. The first modern IP was done by us this last year. And lastly, we'll get to the exciting gold target. What we found in the log, and we've mentioned was what we had from 1975, is on its way through to the bottom of the hole. This drill hole intercepted 24-meter zone of quartz pyrite, 90 meters down hole. The drill log recorded the same mineralization characteristics reported by Sun Summit from their discovery hole in January 2021. This gold anomaly has been mapped at a 50-meter depth using our IP survey, and also on top of this breccia, we did have some of the gold samples at outcrop with 1.7 grams. Now, this target will be tested with the first drill hole of 2021. It's a 500-meter drill hole, and we will be going through this zone on our way through to test the porphyry below. We talked about management. As I said, we've done this before. I was involved in founding Gold Terra Resource Corp up in Yellowknife, formerly Terex Minerals. My partner in doing that was Joe Campbell, who's still with Gold Terra as the Chief Operating Officer. I'm still a director of Gold Terra. Joe has been very successful over the years. He's very experienced in porphyry project exploration, but his real claim to fame was project manager for the discovery of the Melody Gold Project. It is now owned by Agnico Eagle and has been in production since 2019. George Steblin, our CFO, has been involved in the industry for years. He's the CFO of Free Gold Ventures in Alaska. Kevin Arias has been involved in investment institutional trading area for a number of years. He's just come on board with us recently to help us get out and start voting and telling the story. And Guido Kloitens, who's another director, is a fund manager out of Belgium who's funded a number of successful companies over the last probably 10, 15 years, and he's involved with a successful investment issuer now, and he has access to capital and network investors throughout Europe that have been involved in investing with him in the past. So that really summarizes it. We've got a low market cap. We've got under $5 million currently with only 23.7 million shares outstanding. So I think the potential for appreciation on this stock with a discovery hole is immense. We've done it before. in the right area, we're in the right jurisdiction. We're near a successful explorer, Sun Summit, who's at Discovery Hole, which is 7 kilometers to the south of us. And they feel that this is prospective because they stake the ground right up to our southern border. We are accessible all year round. Once we get our first drill permit, which will be in June, and we're teed up to start drilling in July. And then after a phase 1 6-hole drill program that's successful, and we get these results back in time, which will probably be the biggest area of concern, we can go back and drill virtually any time during the year. We've got compelling targets. We've got mineralization at depth confirmed by historic drilling, and we have a drill contractor secured, which is an issue nowadays, getting qualified people to work on your project. And we're fully funded for extensive drilling in 2021. The budget for the initial phase 1 program is $600,000 for 3,000 meters, and we've got lots of capital so to follow up on whatever the drilling may bring. That drilling will test the Dungate intrusive. It's going to test the gold zone in the Dungate intrusive, and then we're going to test the margins of the new porphyry, potential porphyry identified to the north. We will test that as well in that initial program. And that summarizes Edgemont. And if you have any questions or need more information, please contact either myself or Kevin Arias. Thank you for listening.